Training with Sonny. He's a German Shorthaired Pointer, probably around 2 years old. And we're going to be working on building his prey drive today. We're going to be using the Flirt pole. And if you're able to get your dog interested in the Flirt pole or play, it can become one of your most powerful training tools. I start off by turning him loose in the pen. And I want him to realize that the most exciting thing that's going to happen in this lesson is coming from me. You can tell his mind's on what's on the outside of the fence. But every once in a while, he comes back over and just checks in with me. And I just want to keep that focus on me. I go ahead, pull out the Flirt pole. He's paying a little bit more attention to me. I wait for him to make eye contact. Once he does, I'm going to go ahead and mark that eye contact with a yes, and then reward. With just a quick game of chase. He chases for about 3 or 4 seconds, gets distracted, and runs off. I go ahead, put up the toy, and I'm going to patiently wait for him to come check back in with me. I'm waiting for him to make eye contact. His mind's on the outside of the fence. I go ahead, readjust things. I'm going to try again right here. I wait for eye contact. Right here, he looks back at me. I mark that with yes, and then I throw the toy to reward him. I'm just going to let him chase it. He only chases for a second or two there and gets distracted. I go, okay, he's not ready to move on yet, so I put him back in the kennel. I go get out some other dogs, let him watch from his kennel, and I get him back out about 20 minutes later here. Like I said, this is a very powerful tool if you can get your dogs interested. Right here, he looks back at me, makes that eye contact. I'm going to mark that with yes, and then reward him. He's chasing. Good. He gets distracted, goes back over towards the edge of the fence. I'm waiting him out, and look how quick he came back to check back in. He's starting to realize this is as good as it gets coming from me. Right there's the eye contact I'm looking for. And yes, mark and reward. Let him chase. I'm just trying to build that drive. Once he gets interested in this game, it's going to consume him. It's going to become very exciting. And then I'm going to have that power of something that he wants, and I'll be able to keep that focus and really start training him. Right there, he wants the ball. My hand's a little bit high, and he goes ahead and sits down there. I mark with yes and reward because I am keeping his focus. I really don't want to train him to sit, but if you did want to train your dog to sit, this is a great way to do so. He comes back over to me and automatically sits. Notice the placement on my hand. I notice this, so I go ahead and lower my hand, and I'm going to press it back into him. Where his head goes, his body will follow. So I'm trying to lower in the ball, pressing it back into him, and hopefully that'll get him to stand up. Right there, he stands up. The moment he quits trying to get the ball out of my hand and looks at me, I mark that with yes, and then I throw the ball. Get it. And I'm getting him excited. And he's really starting to enjoy this game now. Notice how he's been keeping his focus on me since I got him back out of the kennel. He comes back over, checks back in. He's like, wait a minute, this is pretty funny. I have my hand high. Once again, he starts to sit, but I go ahead and reward him before he gets in that sit position. I let him chase. I let him catch the ball right there, and I'm trying to get him to play a little bit of tug here, but he's not quite hanging on to it. But look how excited he is. Look how much energy he's putting out. This is one of them rare training scenarios, if you can get your dog involved with it, where they can release 100% of their energy, tugging, pulling, chasing. And with that said, they're learning to operate their body and mind while they're in that excited state of mind. Super important concept. Right there, he makes that eye contact. I mark with yes, and I reward. Chase. He's really wanting it. And I'm going to try to end on a positive note. Notice how excited he is. And right there, I'm going to go ahead and put up the ball and finish the lesson right there. So next time I get him out, he's really wanting that ball. Well, that was an excellent little demonstration by Sonny of how to build prey drive. And I'm looking forward to see what we can do with this. And remember, if you want to train with the best, call Wes.